Hello, everyone, and welcome. As an AI expert in the hospitality space, I'm really pleased to be speaking with you all today. To all the students from Europe Hotel School joining us, we are so excited to support you on your professional journey. What we're diving into today is truly reshaping our industry, ethical AI. You're learning that creating an unforgettable guest experience is the name of the game, right? Well, today we're going to see how AI is putting that on hyperdrive, and more importantly, the critical part you'll play in making sure it's all done the right way. You hear this phrase all the time: trust is the new currency. In our world, in hospitality, that is not just a clever saying, it's everything. It's the bottom line. Think about it. Every time a guest gives us a piece of their data to make their stay better, they are literally investing their trust in our brand. So over the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how you, as future leaders, can protect and grow that priceless investment. Okay, so here's our roadmap. First, we'll dig into why trust has become such a huge deal. Then, we'll get really practical and look at the digital guardians that protect guest data. After that, we'll tackle the big one, the fine line between helpful personalization and, well, creepy surveillance. Then, we'll see how being open about all this actually builds a stronger bond with your guests. And finally, we'll wrap up by talking about what this all means for you. So, let's talk about creating those magical moments. The ones where the hotel just seems to anticipate a guest's every need. How does that happen? Well, it all starts with data, and honestly, a lot of data. But here's the thing. Every single piece of information we collect comes with this enormous responsibility to keep it safe. And look, we're not just talking about a name and an email address here. We're building what we call a 360-degree profile. This includes their home address, how often they travel, their food allergies, even details about their family and kids. I mean, this is deeply personal, incredibly sensitive information that really demands the absolute highest level of care and respect. And this is where the stakes get so high. The very same AI technology that can create incredible loyalty and make us feel truly seen can, with just one slip-up, completely shatter a brand's reputation. It is the classic double-edged sword, and we have to be the ones to handle it carefully. So you're probably wondering, how on earth do we manage this huge responsibility every single day? Well, it's definitely not about just hoping for the best. It really comes down to having the right tools in your toolkit and clear, rock-solid processes that everyone follows. I want you to think of platforms like OneTrust or Catch as the digital guardians of your hotel's data. They're like your 24/7 security team. These are incredibly powerful systems that automate compliance with all those complex global regulations, like GDPR over here in Europe or CCPA in California. They are your essential first line of defense. Now, for those Guardian platforms to work, you first need a really clear map. In the tech world, we call this data lineage. It's basically the process of tracking the entire journey of a piece of data. Where did it come from? Where is it stored in our systems? And which AI tools are actually allowed to look at it? Without this map, you're just flying blind, and that's when mistakes happen. And this is where that automation becomes a lifesaver. Let's say a guest exercises their right to be forgotten. It sounds complicated, but all they do is submit a request. From there, these Guardian platforms take over. They automatically find that guest's data, no matter where it is, and erase it across all systems: the PMS, the CRM, everything. It ensures your compliance, and it's fast and foolproof. Okay, so having the right technology is absolutely critical. But honestly, it's only half the story. As leaders, you're going to face tricky ethical questions that no piece of software is ever going to answer for you. And that brings us right to the heart of the matter: the ethics of personalization. Let's make this super clear. Using data to have a guest's favorite type of pillow waiting in their room, that's amazing, helpful personalization. But what if an AI algorithm starts to infer that a guest is going through a health crisis or a divorce? Using that kind of deeply private information for marketing, that crosses a serious line. It goes from helpful to invasive, and it's a huge violation of trust. This brings us to what might be the single most important question you'll have to ask yourself in this new era of hospitality. Just because an AI can do something, does that mean we should do it? The answer to that isn't found in a line of code. It's found in our human judgment, our empathy, and our ethical leadership. So how do you handle this in the real world? A really practical approach is to create an internal AI ethics committee. This is a team of leaders from different departments who are responsible for debating these tough questions. Their job is to set the firm red lines, the clear, non-negotiable boundaries that define what is acceptable data use and what absolutely is not. So, you've got your tools, you've got your ethical guidelines. The final crucial piece of this puzzle is transparency. This is how you take what seems like a boring compliance task and turn it into something that actively builds trust with your guests. And doing this is really all about clear and open communication. We're talking about things like a dedicated privacy portal on your hotel's website, simple, clear explanations right inside the mobile app, and maybe, most important of all, dropping all the legal jargon. It means speaking to guests like human beings, in plain language they can actually understand. And this, right here, is the core of what we call the social contract. When a guest sees the direct benefit, when they get that their data leads to a faster check-in or a better dinner recommendation, they stop being so hesitant. They actually become willing partners in helping you create their perfect stay. It becomes a win-win. All right, let's bring all of this home and talk about what it really means for you and your career. As you step into leadership roles, you have to understand that this stuff, data governance, it's not some IT issue tucked away in a back office anymore. It is a fundamental, core part of modern hospitality leadership. I mean, the importance of this is just exploding. In today's top hotel companies, the person in charge of data strategy and privacy, the chief data officer, is becoming just as critical to the success of the business as the general manager. That's a huge shift. So let's be perfectly clear. Protecting guest privacy is not just about checking a box or avoiding a fine. It is the absolute foundation of modern hospitality. Being an ethical steward of data is what allows us to deliver the incredible, personalized service that guests now expect. And it is the bedrock on which you will build genuine, lasting loyalty. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with one final question to carry with you. The technology is only going to get more powerful, presenting us with new capabilities and, yes, new ethical challenges. The tools will change, the rules will evolve, but the responsibility, that will be yours. So as a future leader in this amazing industry, you have to ask yourself, where will you draw the line?